That's right, it's daylight saving. No wonder I lost my hour of sleep. No wonder the weekly Shonen Jump chapters were released at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time rather than 3. Because of daylight saving, of course. Now I have to get used to that. For every other login bonuses, other releases, and every other stuff. Yeah, I had to get used to this. I wonder if effective in the anime releases. I don't remember how that works, but I'll keep in touch. At least I have a notification, so I hope that works out for me rather than be like, wait a minute, there's no new episode today? Oh, there is a new episode, and I find out like in another day. Oh boy, I'll get used to this. This is Sparda's World Podcast, March 10th, 2019. And what a year it has been so far. I mean, for January, we got the whole Brawly movie. That could have been so cool. Only to have this crazy fiasco that has been going on over Twitter, YouTube, just internet worldwide. It's crazy. I won't go over, as I mentioned in the last podcast, I have been following. That's the best I can say to you. It's the only thing I wanted to say to you. I have been following. I have my own judgment. I have my own opinion. This is something that is very personal on their level. I mean, yeah, it is about a person, but there's more to it. It's a long, complicated story. But regardless, I won't talk about it here. It's insane. That's something that is really reflective to me personally. But again, I won't talk about it here. So we got like February thing with the Altea Battle Angel is like deemed as the best anime manga related adaptation ever made. I haven't seen it personally, but it is funny how this is a case of critics versus the fans. It's like, how dare you like this movie? Well, how dare you dislike this movie? It's like almost a reverse Last Jedi situation. That's the way I see it. But I can't comment anything. All I know is I could see where people are coming from. I won't over exaggerate saying like it is the best movie. How could you be so stupid? I don't want to think that way. I mean, I have talked to one person that hasn't seen the movie until he decided to go watch the movie. I think it's a he. I'm not really sure. And then that person is like, I thought the movie was okay. I don't think it was. I think it was a bit overhyped. Maybe it is. Maybe it is not. And then they translate to with this month with Captain Marvel. For whatever reason, they use Altea to, I don't know, to override Captain Marvel. And I understand the whole controversial with Brie Larson. But it is funny how I was like, hey, everybody go Altea. It's like a meme at this point. If it's an amazing movie and you love that movie and you want to see that movie over and over again, go for it. That's your choice. That's your money. That's fine. But what is up with this whole use Altea to like have a better standard of like the women power power of the women, whatever how they say. I'd rather just leave it as a standalone movie. I understand Captain Marvel is more or less marketing as a fight for power in the women's side, basically like the SJW as they would call it. I haven't seen the movie yet, so I can't comment on it. My friend told me that SJW is really, 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 really not there. I mean, it's one low key, one or two. That's what he told me. But it's not that like frustrating. It's not like, I guess, like Ghostbuster 2016, especially in the third act. If that's the case, then I don't think that's so much of a problem. But hey, if you don't like the movie, that's fine. I just think it's just kind of strange how much hate they want this movie to fail. It's like, at first I'm thinking myself, like, did DC fans and the hates of SJW fan team up together? I don't know. It is crazy. This year so far has been out of whack in terms of fans going against the critics, deeming themselves like they have a lot of power, even though Captain Marvel just did a big box office opening, so oops, I don't know. I mean, like, hey, look, you're doing a good job in Rotten Tomato. That's fine with you. More power to you guys. But if you're going to talk about box office, well, you're going to lose it here. I mean, it has a lot of marquee value from Marvel. I don't know if there's any tie-in with the end game. I don't know. I don't know much of the movie. All I know is I want to see the movie because I just want to see the movie. I'm not thinking anything else about like, oh my God, it's Brie Larson. Oh my God, SJW. Oh my God, women power, screw that. It's like, it's crazy. It's like, am I hearing sexist comment? Am I seeing the hate? What is going on? I just want to go as a standalone person that just want to see a movie because I want to see a movie. I want to have fun with a movie. Is that hard to ask? It's not. It's not. But that's just me. See, for me, I only see what's happening outside the world, what's going on with the people throughout the YouTube, Twitter, whatever. And I don't really comment too much because it's not my business. I rather stay away from something that's going crazy because a lot of people can be very sensitive. And there's a lot of topics that's not really worth going over and just like go like I guess go outrage, go irate on against something. Like there are people that use their YouTube, and when they get a lot of people, a lot of subscribers, they take the opportunity to use that power and kind of like shove it in or kind of like drill in your head and make sure you understand them, make sure you comprehend them. That's fine. It's just kind of funny to me. Like I seen like the person stick to this topic, and I'm wondering like, you already talk about this too many times. You could just let it end there because you already made your point for 40 other videos ago. So why are you so hell bent on this? I mean, I understand it's a personal thing, depending how much of a personal thing it is. But it is kind of funny when it's a personal thing on something that's just like, like a media thing. Maybe if it's like a personal thing, like, like a real tragic news on real life thing rather than a media thing. Granted, we try to escape from there because that's the point of like media, escape from reality. Still, it is kind of silly to see how many times you could talk about with one situation. It's like, just let it go. Just let it go. Don't worry about it. If it happens, then you are right. More power to you. I guess that's the end. The theme of this year is the whole more power to you. I guess. I don't know. Go with the wind, Just go with the flow. I think that's my theme of this year. Just go with the flow. Go be just be yourself. Don't worry about anything else. Don't worry about anything. Just go with it. But hey, it's entertaining. So maybe it's good to have somebody to talk about one criteria and just stay with that criteria. But sometimes some people, I'm not going to name, there are people that actually takes advantage of their subscribers, their followers, and sometimes they kind of go over their level, their limits of their power, and they like, they try to shove it in. Kind of like with one scenario where they're trying to guilt trip everybody for not streaming in a proper way, basically legally, which I could understand, but I personally would have just tell everybody like, how dare you do this? How dare you stream it? I used to do the same thing, and I was guilty, and I didn't want to do it anymore. It is kind of baffling, but that's up to them. But sometimes they kind of wanted to do a little too much, and they feel like they are overly sensitive in certain criteria. I won't go too deep because again, I'm just a guy that just like exploring the world and just chill. That's all I'm doing. I mean, I could take a negative review, negative opinion from people. I don't mind that. That's cool. I don't mind at all. There will be time where people see a negative opinion, a negative comment, and somehow they will backlash so hard they made it seem like we just say something bad to their family. It's like, wow, okay, I'm sorry. Excuse me. To each their own, I suppose. Let's not talk about real life anymore. Let's talk about the future of this YouTube channel and the Tumblr people who has been following me ever since. And I know, Tumblr, what? That's a bad place. Did you even know that every bad things come from Tumblr in the first place? Well, same thing can be said for Twitter. But still, I don't see it that way. If anything, I just like go on the good side. And yes, there is a good side in Tumblr. Same thing for Twitter. You just had to not go deep. It's like the dark deep web, however they call it. There is such thing as those things. You're not gonna find it in Google, not that easily. You gotta go deeper. But do you really want to do that? That's up to you. So that's the same thing with me and Tumblr and Twitter and Reddit and whatnot. It's like, yeah, there's people that go crazy over their opinion, but when you play safe, you stay safe. With the YouTube channel, this is going to be a short podcast because this is the only thing I wanted to do. I wanted to talk about the whole YouTube channel, the Tumblr, then the future stuff that's going to happen within the next week. I was going to do it this week, but it seems like the time was not on my side, but That's because I have a lot of things to take care of, and a week should do it. So this should be good for me. Now, next week, there's going to be a lot of things that I'm going to do with the channel and the Tumblr. First off, Tumblr followers. I know I haven't done a written reviews in a long time. That goes with One Piece, Soma, Nanasu no Taizai, and I think there's one more. Every other one isn't on YouTube, so that's fine. But like those type of series, the one that gets written reviews, they will come back next week, and I guarantee it will come back. Now here's the thing: they're going to be shortened up. They're going to be shortened up. They're not going to be like 5-page worth of Word documents with 16 font. Yes, that's I actually counted many times. It's not going to be like that anymore. It's going to be a short but straight to the point review. I won't skip a lot of things. I won't be like, oh, I skipped that one. It's more like it's going to be jotted down very short and neat. But like, I thought this chapter was pretty cool. I thought this part is nice. I like the art design. I thought the art was rushed. Whatever. It is whatever it is. Basically, it's going to be a short enough, straight to the point. It's like a summary, a quick summary of a review that I have been doing at YouTube. So that's going to come back. It's going to start with the weekly Shonen Jump releases. So basically, whatever comes first, like, hey, One Piece, boom, I'm going to write the review. Short one, though. I hope you understand, because the future stuff I'm going to work on is actually going to have a lot of time. I'm going to need a lot of time to work on them. And I am one guy. It's not like how you see in the other website that has like covering 5-10 series and writes them. It's like, you gotta remember, some of them are actually affiliated with other people. So it's not one person that's doing all the reviews. I mean, one person can't do it. It's just that I have a job and it doesn't really match up well with my timing on trying to write a review. Every time I'm trying to make the best I can, it's always something that happens at work. There'll be like a random new meeting. I'm like, what happened? Well, I didn't hear about this. I was like, well, yeah, that's happening today. Like, oh, damn. So that's something I have to consider, like the timing and scheduling. Like, I wanted to do 3 reviews in one a day, which is always Friday, because Fridays, that's where all the Shonen Jump releases comes out. And I tried to do all 3, but it's just too much. Because, like, again, they're like at least 5-page worth of content. And then you got a lot of work that's happening at my workplace. So that's like, oh, damn, we're going to do this today? Oh, damn, more paperwork? Oh, damn, this is happening? Anything keeps going randomly. And I wish I have that much time. Like long time ago back in college, I actually had so much time. Even with college work, I'm like, oh, I could do this homework very easy. Boom. Okay, now I could do it, the type of thing. Just people has just, a lot of people has, I don't want to say evolved, but the time has changed. I think that's a better way to put it. The time has changed. And I still want to provide reviews. I still wanted to do that. It's just that I had to shorten up now. I hope you understand. Please forgive me for not able to write a long review like the many times before. I have to shorten up. It's better than nothing, but if you don't like this still, you could always unfollow me, or you could always just do whatever you need to do. I apologize that I had to do this way, but it's just how it is. On the plus side, I will add Black Clover to the list. It'll be a shorter one. Now, I know a lot of people did want me to do a long review version, and that's cool. I would love that. I just picked Kimetsu no Yaiba because my interest is very strong with that series. But Black Clover, trust me, I would like to do a lot more video reviews with a lot of other series. It's a lot of time consuming. It's a lot of energy. It is a lot of work. I thought it wouldn't be that much of a work. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of time consuming. And I'm just one man. There's no Patreon. There's no people I'm hiring. There's nothing like that. It's just one guy. And I know somebody could do that. But again, it's like in a sense I have 2 jobs. And I'm trying not to wear myself out. Not many times. I'm trying not to overwork. I'm trying not to over exhaust myself every day, every single day. I'm just saying that I don't want it to overwork myself, and just make sure everything is perfectly fine, and make sure I'm still having fun doing this, more so than making it as a 100% work. Even if I don't, I don't get paid for this. I don't get anything out of this. I'm just doing it because it's part of my hobby. So I'm trying to keep my mind straight. I don't want to make it into an actual like a work thing unless YouTube would start paying me. But when that time would come, I have no idea. I'm not targeting for it. If it happens, well, pretty damn cool. I'm not gonna jump ahead. That's not my target. My target is just to have fun and to provide a lot of more content, which is gonna come up very soon. So that's my reason why I have been somewhat slacking, because a lot of work, the real life work, that one that actually pays up and all that stuff, are very time consuming. If it was like back then, a lot of things would have been a different focus. There are people that does all these reviews, like 8 episodes of a different series, 8 chapters of a different series, all the other stuff, but that's their job. Some of them are making it as a job, and sometimes they don't. Sometimes that could be their side job, and they have the other one that could fit well with their time. How much time you have in your life? And for me, it's not just anime, manga, game. It's other things, other personal things, other real life things, other hobbies, other. I'm like, I guess a hobbyist? Is that the right word I would use for myself? I have no idea. But point is, I just have a lot of things in my mind. And this is just not the only one. These is just part of it. But I'm gonna do my best still, because I still have fun. Every time I see so many possibilities that I wanted to write, every time I want to see, like, hey, I want to share this opinion. Like, you have no idea how many opinions I have in mind, and I want to share them. But the time is just keep eating me up. But at the same time, it made me rethink what to do with my YouTube channel, what to do with my Tumblr page, what to do in the future content. So this is why I'm here now. Now I wanted to go deeper. I want to go not only deeper, but go back to what I used to like to do on a daily basis or weekly basis back in like 2014. Um, yeah, 2014. I actually remember vividly. That's when I started to post a lot of things at Tumblr, where Tumblr used to be pretty safe, I guess. I mean, I know they had the fan art restriction thing or the mature content restriction thing, but I digress. Point is, I had so much fun going there and do a lot of things. So that's what I'm here for. That's why I'm trying to explore it again. So starting next week with weekly Shonen Jump releases, I wanted to shorten up this review so I could have more time on my hand. I will add Black Clover to the mix, and I hope everything will go well, and I hope you guys appreciate the changes I have to do. But there's other changes I would like to do as well. Other type of new posts I'm going to have in there, such as like a theory, discussions, and like a lot of things that's actually gonna contribute with the YouTube channel. To connect with the YouTube channel, there's gonna be new content. Now you see that in the channel, I have this thing called Sparda's Lounge. I'm still working on like the next side of the side content of the channel. Pretty much, I'm still working on the name, but once I have the name, it will come up and you'll start seeing more and more. It has to do with discussion. So with for the new content, you're gonna start to expect to see more of the Sparta's Lounge. You're gonna start to see more of the impressions of a series I have been reading, I have read, I have started to read, and there's gonna be a lot more to come. Brawly, the movie review itself, was the first thing, but it was like I can't say a rush job, but it was a little bit rushed because I was like, shoot, I didn't get ready. Which is why you see like the format being different. It's something I have in mind to do for the future content. It's like you got this background that's pretty much not mosaic, but it's like blurry, but it's like a background of an image. And while you have like a screen that shows the content itself, that one is actually time consuming. I may not do too much of that. What I really wanted to do is just provide details out of my mouth. Kind of like how you saw it from Kingdom, the impression, the manga impression. And I remember how much fun I had with that one. The other ones were time consuming, but they had so much fun, like the fairy tale one, the My Tale of Fairy Tale. There's so many more I wanted to do. Now I won't go too crazy with them, not as much as crazy I did with with those other content. But there will be times I will go like a lot of effort, like especially like the level of like My Tale of Fairy Tale one. There will be one video that it will take a lot of time, but it's going to be something I really, really want to share my passion of this series, of that particular series. But the time will come when it comes. For now, my focus is on a lot of other different type of videos that I have been wanting to do for quite some time. There's like six in my head right now. All I have to do is not try to be too OCD on the way how it is formatted. Because again, you should not worry about it too much. Everything is not really finalized. Everything can update. Everything can change. So that's the problem with my head back then. Is that I keep wanting to have one perfect spot. But in reality, you can always change many times over and over again. So I gotta remember that. I gotta keep telling myself, this is not permanent. This could be your first thing, and maybe later on you change it. I mean, look at my first video in my YouTube channel. It's like I didn't keep it that way. It was all quiet. It was like a black background. It was fun when I had that style. I wanted to start doing this, and that's all coming in next week. Brand new content. The Brawley was first. I probably had to change the thumbnail because I put Sparda's review. There was a long story to that one. I'm going to change it up. But anyway, I'm going to change that thumbnail. There's going to be brand new content. It's going to be like more discussion stuff. There's going to be more impressions. There's going to be more other content. And I guess if you have been listening here, if you're a Black Clover fan, I'll just say it right now. You will get a sequel to my first impression. Because I know a lot of people thought my first impression was a little bit shaky. Meaning because I thought the series was decent. I don't think it was the worst series ever. I think it was in 2016. That's the reason why I got interested to know if this series is truly the worst. It wasn't the worst. I seen much worse. I don't know what they have in mind. They want to sabotage Black Clover that badly. Now, granted, Black Clover wasn't that impressive. I mean, it's good, but it wasn't that impressive back then. Now, well, one day I will share my opinion. In the meantime, just know there will be a part 2. So, heads up for that one, fans. So, yes, there's more impression videos, more other different content, more discussion videos, and so many other new things that I cannot wait to introduce. You will start seeing little changes in the YouTube channel. I'm not sure if I would change the header. I had to hire a better artist. I gotta hire a better guy. That took me a long time, and it was not the best job, but it's good enough in my sight. Maybe in due time. In due time. So to recap. Tumblr fans, you will get the written post reviews back next week. Starting with the weekly Shonen Jump releases, you're going to have Black Clover. The downside is they all will be showing up, but I hope you understand my decision. That being said, you'll also get other different type of posts that relates to the YouTube channel, such as the new impressions, new discussions, new whatever that connects with the series. And it will be series that you probably won't see it from the one that I do the reviews. I will still do the reviews in the YouTube channel, of course, but what I'm trying to say is that when it comes to discussions and impressions, it might not relate too much of the stuff that you see from the reviews. It would be something else like, why this person's talking about Golden Kamui when he's not reviewing? It's like, well, I wanted to talk about this because I thought it's a very interesting discussion. Stuff like that. Kind of like a anime YouTube channel, I guess. You know how like sometimes they don't need to have a main focus like, hey, I gotta stick to focusing on My Hero, or I gotta stay focused on Sword Art Online, whatever. You don't need to stay in that realm. You could always talk about anything else. And I think to me, that's the fun part. That's where the fun is at. Everything is like needs to have that freedom, that liberty. You don't even need to try to talk about only the mainstream thing. I want to start exploring more other content. Everything you're going to start seeing next week. I want to say one last thing before I close this out. I deeply apologize for the delays. Personal life can take a lot of toll of a person in terms of stamina, in terms of mental health. For me, I didn't want it to delay so many things. The main culprit is my best anime of 2018. I'm really sorry to delay it so many times. It is my fault for that one. You might be thinking, why are you apologizing? It's okay to delay. Or maybe you're not taking my apology and it's just like, screw you. The reason why I'm here to talk about this now is because I know when it comes to YouTube channel, when it comes to these type of material, people really wants the material right away. I don't have a Patreon or any donation or anything like that. That seems like if I do that and I don't live up to any promises, that will hurt my reputation. But it's not even just a reputation. It would just hurt me directly because I feel like I'm letting people down. That's why when I was started to slowing down, my friend told me, you don't need to worry about them. They can wait. The person's not trying to tell me like, hey, screw them. It's not like that. It's more like they will understand you. And I guess I could see that, but I feel like I owe it up to them. I don't know why, but it does exhaust me if I try to pressure myself too much because there is nothing on the line. It's not like my main job. It's not even a job. It's a hobby, and I made it seem like a job. So that's my fault on that part. Life is really tough. It's not like I'm in a very troubled dilemma on my end. My life is fine. It's just a lot of work. But that's life is. A lot of work. If this would have been like my main job, I would definitely put more time to it. It's like you got to sacrifice one priority over another. That's why we have priority. That's why the term priority exists. In this case, my daily life is a high priority. This stuff is like not low, but not as high. Still, I want to say I'm sorry because I know trust is a huge thing, and I understand that. Trust is definitely a huge thing. I hope you can understand all the stuff I had to do, the sacrifice I have to do in a sense. It's a sacrifice. When the time comes, which is next week, everything's going to be awesome. I'm just going to work this best anime, which is like 60% done. All I have to do is say something and then edit it out and then post it on YouTube and then voila, it will be done before the whole new week starts. And that will do it for the podcast. I hope you enjoyed this one. I know it's a short one, but I got other hobby to work on in about a few minutes by the time I finish recording this. Next time, it will go back to normal. It all depends on the topics. It really depends on the topics. It kind of was a quiet week, sort of, not really. Maybe I should start reading the new shonen series that's coming out, actually come out today. One of them. Wow. I haven't read the Chainsaw Man. I haven't read the other new ones, though I think the other new ones, they probably gonna be deemed as cancel. Maybe there would be a miracle. I don't know. I'll probably still read them in due time. But I cannot wait for next week because it's going to be a lot of fun to talk about all the different type of series and all the different type of criteria. Instead of just reviewing, it could be more. It will be more. If you have yet to subscribe and you want more of these materials, subscribe to the channel and my world will be yours to stay. Until next time, take care.